Something like that. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. Lola is showing us the way. So lying down on your backs, finding a comfortable position with your neck supported, your head supported. If you want to grab a chair, if you're going to be doing it in the chair, you can grab a chair that doesn't have arms on it. That's usually a little bit easier. We'll have our legs out straight, our arms by our side, just bringing our awareness to the breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose to the very bottom of your lungs. And as you exhale, just release any thoughts of the day, anything that has already occurred or anything to come. Just let them go along with your breath. Deep inhales and slow exhales. With each exhale, just allow your body to melt just a little bit more. See if you can take a little scan of your body. Feel the places that might feel tight or restricted or strained. See if you can breathe into them as if you're breathing kindness or relaxation or ease into that space. Including that space, it being your mind or your heart. If it's not at ease, breathe into it. Exhale and release tension, stress. We'll take a deep inhale and slowly let your arms begin to rise up to the ceiling as your lungs fill from the bottom. And as you exhale, slowly allow your arms to come to the floor behind your head. Now, if your shoulders hurt, you can just bend your elbows and bring your arms out to the side like the field goal posts. If it's okay with your arms straight behind you, do that. Reaching back with your fingertips as you inhale, reaching forward with the heels of your feet as you inhale, lengthening through the entirety of your body. As you exhale, slowly let your knees come into your chest, let your arms float down to wrap around your knees. And breathe. Breathe so that you feel your belly gently pressing into your thighs. As you exhale, let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax. No struggles and no strains. We're going to release your arms out to the side like the letter T, leaving your knees right up in the air as they are. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, gently let both knees rotate over to your right so that they come all the way down to the floor. Just a small spinal twist. No struggles and no strains. Breathing deeply at the bottom of your lungs. Exhaling slowly. Take a deep inhale here. With the exhale, your belly comes to your spine as your knees gently lift from the floor and take them all the way over to the left. Turning your head to the right if it doesn't bother your neck. If your knees don't come all the way to the floor, slide a pillow underneath of them, slide a yoga block underneath of them so that they're supported. But you don't have your legs just hanging up in the air. And breathe. Another deep inhale here. One slow exhale as you just melt away the tension with that breath. And take a deep inhale. With the exhale, roll onto your back, your knees up towards the ceiling, gently hugging your knees into your chest once again. Breathing. As you exhale, lower your left knee all the way to the ground. Bring your hands behind the right knee, so on the back of your calf. Gently engage that left leg, the toes pull back, the heel reaching forward, and the back of the left knee pushing down towards the floor. Take a deep inhale here. With the exhale, straighten that right leg out towards the ceiling. Pull the toes down and reach the heel up. Feel that gentle stretch down the back of your leg. With an exhale, gently pull that right knee back into your chest. Fill your belly with air on the inhale. With the exhale, slowly straighten that leg out again. We're just being gentle with the hamstrings. So we're just waking them up before we do anything that requires them to have strength or endurance. As you exhale, gently pull that right knee back into your chest. One more time, take a deep inhale. With the exhale, slowly straighten that leg out. Pull the toes down, reach the heel up. We're going to hold this one for just a moment or two. The muscle in your leg takes about 30 seconds to really fully stretch out and release. The tendon and ligament takes a little bit more time. So if you'd like, you can point your toe and circle your ankle around, just drawing a circle on the ceiling. Just loosening up those ankle joints. And then reversing the direction of your circle. Then point the toes towards the ceiling. Squeeze your quadricep muscle and see if you can get that leg a little straighter. Pull the toes down towards your nose. Reach the heel to the sky. And either stay right where you are or with an exhale, lift your head and shoulders from the floor, walking your hands up to the back of your calf. Do what's right for your body. Stay there or reach your hands up a little bit higher towards your ankles. No struggles and no strains. Slowly lower your head and shoulders, bend that right knee, pull it back into your chest. Take your left hand and hold the top of your right knee. Drop your right arm out to the side like half of the letter T. And with an exhale, gently draw your right leg across your body towards the left. A little bit deeper spinal twist. If it bothers your neck to turn to the right, just look straight up. Don't cause any discomfort, any pinching or pain. Bring yourself to an expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease, where you can bring your focus back to the depth of your breath with a feeling of your stretch. You can stay right here, or you can grab onto the big toe of your right foot with the first two fingers of your left hand and straighten that right leg all the way out. So you don't have to do that. You can use a strap or a belt, anything around the bottom of your foot if it feels like that reach is just too much for you, or you can just remain with your knee bent. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. As you exhale, allow your body to melt. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then if you've straightened out that right leg, go ahead and bend it. Start to roll onto your back, but leave your right foot on the outside of your left knee. So your left leg is out straight, your right knee is bent, and your right foot is on the outside of your left knee. And then gently let that right knee drop towards the floor. So that you're in a figure four position. The right ankle rested just above that left knee. Just breathe into the front of that thigh, this area here where the leg attaches to your pelvis. Just breathe into it, expanding it with your breath. And as you exhale, see if you can allow that right knee to drop down towards the floor. If you feel pinching or pain with this, you have a couple of options. You can either slide a block or a pillow underneath of that right knee, or take your right foot and bring it to below the left knee, just opening up the hip a little bit. Take a deep inhale, allow both arms to rise up to the ceiling. Exhale them to the floor behind you. Inhale, reaching back with your fingertips forward with that left heel. As you exhale, slowly bring your left knee up towards your chest. Let your arms float down so that your hands can hold right behind that left thigh. So you've got your right ankle rested on the left knee and both pulled up to your chest. Take a moment to check in with your shoulders that they've stayed relaxed, that your jaw has stayed relaxed. The deep stretch in your right piriformis, your right hip muscle. Let go of any struggle or strain. If you have to take this back, just do that. Remember, this is also a modification of the pigeon. We're not doing pigeon today. But if in your practice pigeon is something you're working towards, this is how you start it. Stay right here or straighten your left leg up towards the ceiling, pulling the toes down, reaching that left heel up. Feel that gentle stretch behind the left hamstring and in the right hip. Breathe. Stay here, or with an exhale, lift your head and shoulders, walking your hands up to the back of your left calf. Pull the toes down, reach that heel up, and really feel that stretch. No struggles and no strains. Slowly release your head and shoulders back to the ground. Slowly bend that left knee and bring that left foot to the ground. So we're going to bring your arms to the floor so that your elbows are going to gently push down. We're going to do the figure four bridge, but we're going to use our elbows to help. So take a deep breath into your belly. With the exhale, first, pull your belly to your spine. Second, push your elbows down. Third, lift your hips from the ground. The elbows are meant to help with this stretch. With this pose, not really a stretch. You can stay pushing down into your elbows or bring your hands to the ceiling in a prayer position. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and lift those hips a little higher. Feel the strength of the pose, and then plant your elbows back to the ground. Use those to help you decelerate, slowly and controlled, coming back to the ground. When your hips meet the floor, just gently let your right leg slide over your left. Brings your arms out to the side like the letter T, and with a very slow exhale, let both knees drop to your right. So you're not pulling your left leg over, you're just using the weight of your right leg to draw your left knee over towards the right. Breathing into the very bottom of your lungs, exhaling slowly. Close your eyes and bring your attention to where you feel that stretch. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale, releasing any thought or tension, any trying or effort. And then slowly begin to unwind. Bringing your back flat to the ground, uncrossing your legs, and let's take a cobbler's pose. Bottoms of your feet come together, knees drop out to the sides. Remember your options here. If it feels like pinching or pain in your hips, you're allowed to take your feet and slide them down towards the bottom of your mat, opening up the size of that diamond that you're making with your hips. Or you can take your fists, put them right into the tops of your thighs. Let your hands support some of the weight. This is a balancing pose. It brings equal tension to your sacrum and to your spine. No pinching, no pain. Let's take one deep diaphragmatic breath, filling the belly with air, feeling it expand. One slow release of tension, of breath, of effort or trying. And then gently bring your knees back up and together. Gently draw them back into your chest, hands behind your thighs. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed, a deep inhale. As you exhale, draw the knees a little closer. And then release your right leg all the way to the ground, holding both hands behind your left knee. The right leg is engaged, the toes pulled back, the heel reaching forward, the back of the right knee gently pushing down to the floor. A deep inhale so that you feel your belly pressing into your left thigh. With the exhale, slowly straighten that left leg up to the ceiling. Toes pulled down, heel reaching up, feeling the gentle stretch. With your exhale, draw that left knee back into your chest. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Inhaling to your belly. Always moving on the exhale, straightening that leg back to the ceiling. And exhaling back into your chest. One more time, moving on the exhale, straightening that left leg up to the ceiling. We're going to hold it here just a couple of moments longer, just to engage a little deeper stretch into the tendons and ligaments. So while you're holding that, you can point your toe towards the ceiling and gently begin to circle your ankle in one direction. Circle your ankle in the opposite direction. Point your toe towards the ceiling and then draw those toes down. Reach that heel up and really squeeze that leg tight and strong. You can stay right here. Or with an exhale, lift your head and shoulders, walking your hands up to the back of your calf. Really try to anchor that right leg down, pushing down into the back of that right knee. If it bothers your neck, just look straight up. Try not to push pain into the neck. Stay here or lift your hands a little higher to the ankle. And then slowly lower your head and shoulders back to the ground, holding behind your right and left knee, drawing it into your chest. Your right hand comes to the top of the left knee. Your left arm comes out to the side, like half of the letter T. With an exhale, gently begin to pull your left knee across your body towards your right for a spinal twist. And breathe. Turning your head to the left is an option. If it doesn't feel right for you, don't do it. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Stay right here, or if you'd like, you can wrap a strap around the bottom of your left foot or grab onto the big toe of your left foot and straighten that left leg out. Find an expression of each and every pose that's right for you, where you can close your eyes and bring your focus and attention back to the feeling of the stretch or the depth of your breath. If that leg is out straight, really squeeze that quadricep muscle. Feel it stretching down the side of your iliotibial band. That's the outside of your leg. Release any trying, any effort. See if you can just melt into the feeling or the breath. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. If you have that leg straight, go ahead and bend it. And then begin to roll onto your back, leaving your left foot resting on the outside of your right knee. So your right leg is out straight, your left knee is bent, and the left foot is rested on the floor on the outside of your right knee. And then gently just let that left knee drop towards the floor. Remember, you can place a pillow or a block underneath that left knee if it feels like it's pinching or pain in the hip or in the knee. Or you can take your foot and just slide it down below your right knee, wherever you'd like. But breathe into the front of that thigh and just allow it to melt with an exhale. No struggles, no strains. Take a deep inhale and begin to let your arms rise up towards the ceiling, filling your lungs to the bottom. As you exhale, slowly allow your arms to drop to the floor behind you. Inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with the heel of that right leg. As you exhale, draw that right knee and that left ankle up towards your chest. Your hands come to hold behind the thigh of your right leg. Stop for a moment and allow your shoulders to relax. Allow the tension to leave your jaw. Breathe into that left hip and feel the expansion of that area with your inhale. As you exhale, allow it to relax. No struggles, no strains. Stay right here or straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling, pulling the toes down and reaching the heel up. It's a little bit more stretch in that hamstring. Squeezing your quadricep muscle and lifting that heel. Stay right here or with an exhale, lift your head and shoulders. Walk your hands up to the back of your right calf. Feel the strength of your pose, the depth of your stretch. Just be in the moment. Stay here or lift your hands up a little closer to your ankle. And slowly lower your head and shoulders. Slowly begin to bend that right knee and let that right foot come to the ground. The left ankle rested just above the right knee. Your elbows pushed into the floor by your side. A deep breath to your belly. As you exhale, pull the belly to the spine as if you're trying to fit into a pair of pants that are too tight. Push down into your elbows and lift your hips from the ground, a figure 4 bridge. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and lift higher. Stay here or remove your arms to the ceiling, palms pressed into each other. Squeeze. And slowly bring your elbows back down to the ground. Use pushing lightly into your elbows to help you decelerate, bringing your spine to the floor one segment at a time. That's a really good way to strengthen what is called your multifidi, little muscles you didn't even know you had. They go between each vertebrae, and they're really important for stabilization. They really get weakened by sitting in chairs or on the sofa. Let your arms come out to the side like the letter T. Let your left leg gently slide over your right. With your exhale, gently let the knees drop over towards the left. Just use the weight of your left knee to draw that right one over. And turn your head to the right if it doesn't bother your neck. And breathe. No struggles, no strains. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. As you exhale, release any internal talk about this is hard, or I'm too old, or I'm too tight. Release anything with the sensation of the stretch or the depth of your breath. Take one more really deep breath in through your nose, feeling the sensations of the air as it enters, as it expands your rib cage, as it expands the area of tightness, and as you exhale, just let the air drizzle out of you. Release all effort. And then slowly begin to bring your knees back up towards the ceiling, separating your legs, taking a cobbler's pose to balance out the other side. So the palms of your feet come together, the knees drop out in opposite directions. Breathe. No struggles, no strains. Slide your feet down towards the bottom of the mat if you feel pinching or pain, or support your knees with a pillow or your thighs with fists. And breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. Then gently begin to bring your knees up and together. Draw them into your chest, one hand behind each thigh. Drawing your knees into your chest. Let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax. You can begin to rock side to side if you'd like, just loosening up the spine. And then we're going to begin to rock from head to toe. Again, just using the floor to massage your spine, no pain. And then see if you can come up and sit on your sit bones floating. The first thing you want to do here is lift your chest and try to lengthen your spine. So you don't want to be rounded forward, your forehead to your knees. Lift and then rock back. Bring it back up and see if you can hold that, straightening out your right leg. If you want to put the left heel down, that's perfectly fine. Find the expression of each and every pose that's right for you, and then rock back. Bring it up, straighten out the left leg. Point the toes to where the wall meets the ceiling. Lift your chest. Find the strength of your pose, rock it back, bring it forward, and straighten both legs out. Lola is not liking this. See if you can take both legs out and then rock it back one more time. Bring it up, straighten the legs, and remove your hands if you can. If that's too much for you, it's perfectly fine to leave your hands behind your legs or even the heels rested on the floor. And then let's bring it to an easy seated position. Lola's like, this is my spot. So we've gotten our hamstrings ready. We've gotten our abdominals, core strong, activated. Let's just take a moment to relax our necks and our shoulders. So we're going to go taking some large circles with your shoulders up towards your ears, back and down. Let's connect it to the breath. Inhale to the bottom of your lungs as your your shoulders begin to come up towards your ears. Exhale as they come back and down. When you inhale as the shoulders rise, you're actually locking down the rib cage so that you're getting pure motion through the shoulders. Exhale and back. One more time forward, inhaling as they come up. Go back and down. Beautiful. And let's just take 3 in the opposite direction. So inhale as they go back and up. Exhale as they go forward. Connect your breath to your motion. Inhale back and up. Exhale down and in front. One more time. Inhale back and up. Exhale down and in front. Beautiful. Just loosen up the neck a little bit, letting your chin drop down gently towards your chest. No struggles, no strains. Just feel that gentle stretch. Make sure your spine stays long. The tendency is to round and try to arch forward. See if you can keep the spine long. As you exhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder. You can push your left elbow down to the floor lightly if you'd like, and then just move your chin up and down a little bit. Find the sweet spot where you feel that gentle pull between the ear and the shoulder. You might have to take your chin up towards the ceiling a little bit. You might need to take it down. Find the spot for you where you feel that stretch and then breathe into it. Your head drop back. Be careful here. If it feels like pinching or pain or strain, just drop your chin down towards your chest a little bit. The slightest extension is all you need. Spine remains tall and long. With an exhale, gently bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Pushing that right elbow down towards the floor to anchor the pose, and then adjusting your chin, finding that stretch into the ear and to the shoulder. And then returning back down, chin to chest. Gently allowing your chin to rise up as your arms rise up towards the ceiling, lengthening your spine. Your shoulder blades are pulling down and away from your ears. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, slowly fold forward, bringing some flexion to the spine. Forehead towards the floor. It doesn't matter if it touches it. If it feels like struggle or strain and you want support, use a block or a pillow underneath of your forehead to just support the neck. Always try to find a position of ease in your poses so that you can bring your attention back to your breath. Your breath is the important part. A spine at ease is the important part. As you inhale, fill your belly. As you exhale, walk your chest over to your right leg. And then fold forward. Push gently down into your left hip so it doesn't rise up off the ground. Reach that left hand a little bit further than the right and feel that opening of that left rib cage. Breathe into that left rib cage and feel it expand. As you exhale, melt. And then gently walk yourself back to the center. Folding forward again. Then with your next exhale, making your way over. Breathing deeply into your belly. Exhaling slowly, melting forward. Reaching that right hand a little further than your left and then bringing your focus and attention to that right rib cage. Inhaling deeply, feel the expansion of the rib cage. As you exhale, melt. With your next exhale, take it back to the center. And then bring your hands to your knees. Gently use your arms to press you back up. So we're going to do one more seated motion to prepare us for the Warrior Series. In Warrior Series, you do a lot of lateral bending of your spine. So let's just warm it up here before we create the demand. So inhaling, your arms up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down your back. Let your left hand come to the floor and then start to bend over towards your left, reaching your right arm up and over. Looking up at your arm if it doesn't bother your neck, gently pushing down into your right hip to anchor it to the floor. Breathe into your belly and then try to get your chest to face the wall in front of you as opposed to down towards the floor. So rotate your right shoulder back a little bit and then breathe into that right rib cage. You're just giving that spine a little bit of lateral flexion. Breathe. Deep into your belly. Exhale slowly. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently on the exhale, bring yourself back up. Your arms to the ceiling, shoulder blades down your back. Exhaling it to the other side. Right hand gets planted, reaching over towards your right, pushing down into your left hip to anchor it. Rotate that left shoulder back so that your chest is opened up towards the wall in front of you. And then bring all of your focus to that left rib cage. Feel it expand with the inhale. As you exhale, see if you can reach it just a little bit further. And breathe. Be in the moment. Feel and breathe. Release. Coming back up to the ceiling, bringing your arms to the sky, pressing your hands into heart center, gently pressing down. Beautiful. So we're going to start with some a sun salutation, one full sun salutation, then we'll go to sun salutation warrior right, one sun salutation warrior left. So if you're using the chair, you can get it close by. So let's bring your knees up. Let's just take your arms and wrap them around your knees, letting your chin drop into your chest, just letting the spine flex forward for a moment. Breathing deep into your belly, exhaling slowly, just curling in a little bit deeper. Releasing tension, releasing trying. Then release your arms to the front and try to stand from the floor without using your arms. But if you need them, that's perfectly fine. So we're going to start with a sun salutation. I'm just going to get my chair ready because I'm going to be doing the Warrior Series seated in the chair because of my ankle. I don't want to put a lot of strain on it. Lola's like, what? What? I'm getting ready to do my sun salutations. She's fine, babe. I'll work her. Yeah. She is fine. So let's start by just bringing your hands into heart center. Your toes pointed straight ahead. Your feet are about a fist width apart. So look down for a moment. Lift all your toes and then gently push them down, starting with your little toe and the next one and the next one and the next one and the large one. Spread the toes apart so that you have loads and loads of space. Feel a connection to the floor through your feet. Just bring your attention there for a moment. Does it feel like you have equal weight between the big toe, the little toe, and the heel? Does it feel like all your weight's on one foot or the other? See if you can just shift back and forth and find a balance. Close your eyes for a moment and just bring your attention back to your breath. No struggles and no strains. Gently pressing into your hands as you inhale, take your hands up and overhead, follow it with your eyes, and begin to arch back. Fill your lungs with air here, and as you exhale, begin to swan dive forward. So remember, if you have a bad back, bend your knees, and when your fingertips touch the floor, then straighten your legs. Let your chin drop down towards your chest. Push the back of your knees to the room behind you. Exhale, lift your chin and your chest to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, we're going to step your right leg back, step your left leg back into plank. Remember, at this point, you can drop down to your knees. That's perfectly fine. Exhale to chaturanga, bringing yourself all the way down to the floor or to your dog. Inhale, up dog. You can do cobra here if you'd like. Drop the tops of your feet and lift the knees. Push down into the floor to lengthen. Then take it back to the floor in chaturanga and back to down dog. In down dog, you're letting your shoulders relax. The straight arms and the straight legs are what's doing the work. Push the back of your knees to the room behind you. Try to lift your hips towards the sky. Let your neck and your head just dangle. I haven't dangled in so long. Breathe. Now look forward to your hands and either jump or step your feet to meet your hands, and then begin to slowly straighten your legs and begin to round up one vertebra at a time. Once your spine is straight, your head lifts up, your arms rise up to the ceiling, looking up, arching back. Inhale. Follow the exhale to the floor. So see if you can use the full length of your exhale to bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale to a flat back, lifting your head and your shoulders. Exhaling forward. Stepping back with your left foot, stepping back with your right foot into plank. Chaturanga to the floor. Try to keep your elbows right up against your rib cage. Inhaling to up dog or cobra. Exhaling back to chaturanga and down to down dog. So we're going to do the warrior series on the left first. So as you inhale, let your left leg come up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your left leg to the floor, and then bring yourself up. If you're using a chair, just sit your butt down. Bring your left foot to the floor in front of you, your right leg back and behind you. So if this is too much for your right leg, you can just leave the right knee bent. If it still feels like a lot, you can slide a block or a pillow underneath of that knee. So you can have this as a supported pose as well, perfectly fine. Take that right leg back behind you if you can and try to get it straight. Take your arms to the ceiling as you inhale. Look up in between your hands. Breathe. Feel that stretch. Feel the strength. If you can dip into that left knee deeper, go ahead and do it. It's perfectly fine. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, take your right arm back, take your left arm forward, look over that left arm. Your fingertips reaching in opposite directions. Turn the palms of your hands up. Then try to keep the creases of your elbows up and just turn your hands down. That locks your shoulders into a safe position. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, take your right hand back, take your left arm up. Follow that left arm with your gaze if you can. Without struggle and without strain, breathe into that left rib cage. Feel it expand. As you exhale, bring your left elbow to your left knee. Your right arm reaches up and over. Look up at that right arm and try to rotate that right shoulder back. If it doesn't bother your neck, stretching between your fingertips and where your right foot is planted into the floor. Feel that rib cage as you inhale. As you exhale, take it back to warrior two. Creases of your elbows up, palms down. Back to warrior one. Feel the stretch. Take your arms down and behind you. Reach the knuckles together to the floor, lifting your chin and chest, and then folding forward over that knee. Staying here or lifting your arms. Breathing. Lower your arms to your hip. Bring both hands to the floor to frame your left foot, and then step your right foot forward to meet your left in a forward fold. Slowly rounding up one vertebra at a time. When your spine is straight, let your chin rise up. Then inhale your arms to the ceiling. Follow your arms with your eyes, arching backwards as you fill your lungs. Exhaling, swan diving forward. Fingertips to the floor, legs as straight as you can get them. Inhale, lift your chin and chest. Exhale, follow the breath to the floor. Inhale, step or jump your feet back into a plank position. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to the floor in chaturanga and take it back to down dog. So take this for a moment to let your neck relax. Check in with your shoulders. Push the back of your knees to the back of the room. Lift your hips towards the sky and try to bring your chest a little closer to your thighs. And breathe. Inhale, lifting your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it to the floor between your hands, and then bring yourself up to your warrior one. If you're in the chair, just sit your right buttocks down. Your left leg comes behind you. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Sinking into that right knee a little deeper if you're looking for more strength. Look between your hands and breathe. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, take your right arm forward, take your left arm back. Warrior two. Reaching your fingertips in opposite directions, turn the palms of your hands up. Try to keep the creases of your elbows turned up as you turn the palms down. Reach in opposite directions. And breathe. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, the left arm goes back, the right arm comes up, looking up at your arm if it doesn't bother your neck. Breathing into that right rib cage, feel the expansion. Exhale, right elbow to right knee. Left arm up and over, reaching for where the wall meets the ceiling, stretching between the fingertips and where your toes are planted into the ground. Breathe. Exhaling back to warrior two. Creases of your elbows remain turned up as the palms turn down. Inhale it back to the ceiling. Arching back gently. Exhaling, bringing your arms down, interlacing your fingers behind you. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest. Exhale, fold forward over the thigh. Stay right here or lift your arms to the sky. Releasing your arms back down to your hips. Frame your right foot. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Straighten out your legs. And then slowly rounding back up to a tall standing position. One more sun salutation. So as your spine straightens, let your chin be the last thing up. Inhale your arms up. Look up towards the sky. Arch back. Exhale. Follow your breath to the floor. Inhale, lift your chin, the chest, the head, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, step or jump back into plank. Exhale to chaturanga, elbows by your rib cage. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to chaturanga and back to down dog. Down dog is a resting position where you regain and refocus your breath. Look forward to your hands and either jump or step your feet forward. Straightening your legs out for a forward fold. Rounding up one vertebra at a time. When your spine is straight, let your head come up, bringing it to mountain pose. In mountain pose, we're going to walk your feet together, your big toes touching your heels, touching the palms of your hands turned forward. This is really a great postural pose because it uses all of your postural muscles. So start with your attention at the floor. Equal weight between the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. Gently take your knees and rotate them in towards each other, as if you were trying to take your kneecaps and face them towards each other. That alone is a strengthening pose that can help with pelvic floor weakness, with core weakness. Just feel the strength it takes to hold those legs gently turned in. Then pull your belly into your spine and try to pull it up and underneath of your rib cage a little bit. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling and then exhale them down and together, lifting your chest proud to the sky. If you want to make this a balance pose, just close your eyes. And then reconnect with those points of reference, equal weight between the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. The thighs turned in towards each other, the belly gently pulled in and up, the shoulder blades gently pulled down. Reconnect with your breath here. And then slowly bring your hands into heart center, opening your eyes and spreading your feet apart. So we're going to make our way to the floor for final relaxation. We're going to do that through the squat and the crow if that's available to you. It's not available to me because of my ankle. So I'm just going to make you guys through the rest of it. If it feels like you just want to go down and lie on your back and get ready for Shavasana, do it. So spread your feet wide apart. Gently press into your palms and gently begin to bring your knees down so that you can get your elbows between your knees. And then drop your bottom down to the floor, towards the floor, and try to lift your chest. Lift your chest so that your spine is straight. Press into your palms so that your elbows are pushing your knees apart. And then if you're going into the crow, drop your hands to the floor, a small bend in your elbows so that your knees can come to rest on that shelf made in the bend of your elbows. Gently begin to bring yourself forward. So you can use a block out in front of your head to let your forehead rest on. So you have 3 points of weight bearing. Then try to lift 1 foot at a time from the floor, bringing yourself into the crow. Brilliant crow. Feel the strength of your pose. Let go of your breath. Try not to hold your breath to find strength. Try to use the muscles of your core. Slowly release your crow. Slowly bring yourself down to a seated position with your legs out straight in front of you, a long sitting position. Pull the toes back, push down into your hands and just lift your hips and into the floor. And then gently lower yourself down. You're just trying to give a little traction to your spine. Your legs are out straight in front of you. Bring your arms out in front and slowly lower yourself to the floor 1 vertebra at a time. You can straighten your legs out, baby. Perfect. So we're going to go down into a final relaxation pose. The back is flat, the legs are out straight, unless that gives you strain in your knee, in your back. So if you have strain with your legs out straight, just put a small pillow or a pit bull underneath of your knees. Let your arms lie by your side with your palms facing up and just take a breath. Look for any tension in your breath which you can modify by support. So if it feels like tension in your neck, slide a block or a pillow underneath of your head to keep your neck in a neutral position with the chin gently pointing down your body, not up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath into your belly, and as you exhale, allow yourself to melt into the floor. Imagine that with that exhale, you're releasing tension, you're releasing effort, you're releasing self-judgment, you're accepting what is without labeling it good or bad. And then just begin to imagine that you're sitting outside, a beautiful starry night with a fire raging at the base of your feet. A campfire just there crackling and amber, warm. We're going to use our imaginations here to imagine That as you take a deep breath, you're drawing some of that warmth from that fire into the bottoms of your feet, over the ankles, just feel as though that warmth is relaxing the muscles, releasing the tension all in the feet and the ankles. As you take your next deep breath in through your nose to the bottom of your lungs, imagine that it draws that amber light and that warmth up over your calves and towards your knees. Imagine that that warm essence and energy is revitalizing, repairing every cell that it touches. Imagine that your next breath, drawn deep into the very bottom of your lungs, pulls that energy, that warm and amber light up over your legs into the hips, melting away restrictions, leaving ease. Imagine drawing that energy up with the next breath over your hips into the abdominals and the low back, melting away tension, melting away worries, bringing stillness and ease to the spine, to the muscles. Allow that next breath to draw that warm amber light up across your fingers, your palms, and your forearms into the bottoms of your rib cage, easing the breath, erasing tightness, energizing every cell in the lower part of your body. And imagine your next breath, drawn deep into the very bottom of your lungs, draws that energy into the ribs and the shoulders and the upper back. See if you can imagine that light melting away tension and leaving ease. Melting away worry and leaving peace. Melting away judgment of yourself or others and just leaving acceptance of what is. And one more deep breath drawn deeply into the very bottom of your lungs, enveloping your entire body in that warm, healing energy. Just bathe in it. Release any stories you're telling yourself, any internal dialogue, and bring yourself just to a moment of ease in the entirety of your body. And then just let your mind come to stillness. Any distractions, any thoughts, let them be noticed but not attached to. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to stillness. We'll slowly start to bring your attention back to the body, just a little bit at a time. So just take a breath here. Bring your awareness to the breath, the sensations of it as it enters through your nose to the bottom of your lungs. Bring your awareness to the sensations of the breath as it exits. Spread your fingers apart, spread your toes apart, and just bring your awareness to the space between your fingers, the space between your toes. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and feel the joints as they move. Let your hands and your feet relax. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders draw up towards your ears. As you exhale, slide your arms down your mat towards the bottom and feel that stretch between your shoulders and your ears. And then let your shoulders relax. As you take a deep inhale, let your arms begin to rise to the ceiling, your lungs filling from the bottom. As you exhale, let your arms drop to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with the heels of your feet, and just feel that stretch along the length of your body. Take a deep inhale here, your belly fills with air. As you exhale, gently draw your knees into your chest. Let your arms float down to wrap around your knees. Just hug your knees into your chest. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. You can begin to rock from side to side on the floor, just using the floor to bring sensation and aliveness to the spine and the muscles that surround it. And then when you're ready, come to lying on your right side in a fetal position. Your neck supported with your hands made into a pillow or a block underneath of your head. Just bring your awareness back to one more breath. The fullness of the sensations of that breath as it enters and as it exits. And then gently, as you're ready, push yourself up to an easy seated position, one where your spine is at ease, where it's tall and long. Take your time. When you're in that tall and easy seated position, let the backs of your hands come to rest on the tops of your knees. Bring your awareness to one more breath. As you take that breath, lengthen your spine. Reach the top of your head up towards the sky. As you release that breath, bring your hands into heart position. The palms pressed together, right at the center of your chest. You guys have done a wonderful job once again. Thank you so much for always being here. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Remember, you can watch or share these classes anytime you like on this Facebook page or on my web page, www.body-guru.com. There's also a link to my YouTube page, which if you go there, you can subscribe and you'll get a little notification every time that I post something. There's a little symbol that looks like a bell. Just hit that bell and you'll get an email saying, hey, Bill's back up, and Lola's there, and Chris is there.